So it says, verse 10, always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord YAHAWASHI, that the life also of YAHAWASHI might be made manifest in our body. So right, we're always bearing about the dying of the Lord, in our bodies, man. So when you truly think about that, the Lord YAHAWASHI, he suffered many afflictions. When he walked the earth, and as well as predominantly or mainly when he got up on that cross, man. As it says in 1 Peter 4:1, as YAHAWASHI suffered, arm yourself likewise with the same mind. So we got to be ready for those same things to happen. YAHAWASHI suffered many evils when he walked this earth. People cursing him out, saying he's a devil, doing different things to him. Many people forsaking him as they do us. The Lord said too, as the world hated me, know that they will hate you as they hated me. So we're getting the same treatment as YAHAWASHI got. He got it worse than any man could ever have. But we're getting a portion of that. We're getting a taste of that. So when you think about it, how the Lord was on that cross, every nail that he took, every pounding of the nail through the hand, because it took, a few pounds with that nail through his hand to finally get through. So every pound of that nail that he took, every piece of spit that he received upon his face, every whip that he got with that cat of nine tails, every piece of pain that he felt from the crown of thorns being placed upon his head, every nail through the foot, in which he went through, man. The beatings, the floggings, the punchings, all of that. We're suffering with the Lord in that cause every day in which we walk within His truth, and ultimately, when the time of Jacob trouble comes, because as the Lord, he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, which basically means the oil press. So the oil, having the oil on you just means that you're anointed. So the Garden of Gethsemane, when you think about it, the oil press means the anointed being pressed. So the top one that was anointed was YAHAWASHI. So he was pressed within that great time, within his hour of temptation. But now we slowly but surely face our personal hour of temptation. Okay? Because we are also the anointed that will be pressed with, within these times of Jacob's trouble. So we're going to suffer our own hour of temptation, our own Garden of Gethsemane, man. Every individual brother, whatever your lot may be, So we're always bearing about the dying of the Lord within our bodies. Even now, when you just think about all of the suffering and all the hell that YAHAWASHI took for us, whatever piece of affliction that you may be going through, you think about that as you suffering with the Lord, and you take that on with dignity, man. That I'm catching this hell, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. But you know what? You gotta look at it for the good, man. Me getting into this lesson, it's not a lesson for brothers, to be sorrowful about or to be down and out, or this is not that type of a lesson. This is a lesson, in which you look upon your many everyday afflictions, and you look upon that, and you know that the Lord is glorifying Himself within us, man, within you, Look, and you know that, because when things are all right, something is up, But when you constantly catching some type of hell, that's good, because that's a sign that the Lord is dealing with you. If everything is going all right, you have to know something must be up. Or maybe the Lord taking the spirit away from you, or maybe this, maybe that. Because things are not supposed to be good for us while we're here within this captivity. So, like as I said, once again, every piece of affliction that you catch, or that you're going through, or whether if it is a physical infirmity, know that the Lord is magnifying Himself within you, so you take joy in that, man. Not the type of joy that you have with brothers, you know, after y'all, when y'all may fellowship, or after y'all may camp, y'all may get up and have some drinks. Not that type of rejoicing, but this is a lonely rejoicing, a soldier's rejoicing, a solo rejoicing that you have personally within yourself, and you give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWASHI within your head or within your prayers to magnify the Lord and to thank the Lord for dealing with you and for supping with you on this manner, man. You know, because it's a glorious thing to suffer for the Lord, man. You know, Paul said to live and to die in YAHAWASHI is gain, man. So that's how we have to look upon these things, you know. So it says, always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord YAHAWASHI, that the life also of YAHAWASHI might be made manifest in our bodies. For we which live are always delivered unto death for YAHAWASHI's sake, that the life also of YAHAWASHI might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. Okay? So then death worketh in us, but life in you. So it said, what death worketh in us, but life in you. Now you got to think about this. You know, you had the top men of the Lord in those ancient days, the apostles, dealing with younger fruit. So slowly but surely, death was working within them, but life was working into the people, you know, in which they were teaching, you know, because they were bringing YAHAWASHI's name back. So life was being breathed into those fruit, and they were being raised up. But death was working slowly but surely within the apostles, because the greater your lot is within this truth, the more suffering or the more hell that you're liable to catch. So within these times, we got to think about our apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, you know, and this is why we give double honors unto them, you know, because that's an example of death working within them, but life within us, you know, because they're giving their lives on the line for the Lord and for us younger brothers, man. The hell and the things and the tribulations that they have catch in their many years of laboring within this truth, we can't even fathom, man. You know, we've only had a small midget, you know, just a taste of the things in which they have gone through, you know. And that's why, you know, you have to look forward to when they give their personal testimonies of the things that they went through, of dealing with One West and so on and so forth. And we look upon that with great admiration, you know, to know that the Lord is truly dealing with those men, you know, and for those men, you know, to be able to bestow their experience upon us so that we can learn from these different situations. You have to take advantage of that, man. You know, you can't take not one moment in its truth for granted, man. You know, because they're doing a great work. So, and you got to know that they're, you know, men of, you know, a little older age. So you have to know that they're catching hell, you know, whatever hell that they may be catching, or physical hell, bodily ailments, you know what I'm saying, that type of hell. Because as I said, what the greater your lot is within this truth, the more hell that you're liable to catch, you know. So it says, verse 13, we having the same spirit of faith, okay? We having the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believed, and therefore have I spoken. We also believed, and therefore speak. And that was a quote from David in Psalms. I'm going to grab it real quick. In Psalms chapter 116, verse 10, it says, I believed, therefore have I spoken. I was greatly afflicted, man. So what we believe in YAHAWASHI, therefore we have spoken. We proclaim the Lord's name. We proclaim His word week in and week out on the highways and byways, week in and week out, doing these shows within our personal time. Therefore, we are greatly afflicted, meaning we are, as I said, the word afflict means to strike. So we are greatly strucken down with the many afflictions of this world. We are greatly strucken down with the everyday burdens of this life in which we carry, you know. But what the Lord is always there for us, man, you know, to carry us through, you know. So as I said, you know, to wrap this up, you know, we're always bearing about the dying of the Lord within our bodies, you know, whatever hell it may be, you know, because stress is hell, you know. Stress in itself is hell. So whatever that you're going through, whatever afflictions that you're going through, whether it be physical, whether it be something that's, you know, getting to your mind, whatever it is, know that the Lord is supping with you. Know that you're bearing about the dying of the Lord every single day. And think about the things that the Lord suffered for us, you know what I'm saying? And you take that on with joy, man, with great dignity, as the Lord is supping with you, and that you're suffering with the Lord, and take that on as a rejoicing thing within yourself, and give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI for that, man. You know? So I hope this segment was edifying, you know, and I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalawam, select men up there, doing this work of faith and labor of love, true sincerity. Shalawam, and death to America.